Neishjas retrospective speaker, Ms. Neishjas.
Big sister!
I'd just like to point out that Jeff wrote on my folder Ninja One because that is the nickname that he told me. So Ninja One. All right. The first day I walked into Coalition, I felt I was somewhere foreign. The building was an ordinary building like I had been in before, but the feel was different. I was in high school. I walked into my advisory class, and the first thing my advisor, Mark Lyon, said to me was, "You look scared." Then he turned to Arceli and said, "But you don't, you look angry." I told him I wasn't scared, but deep down I was. I was afraid of what the next 4 years would hold for me. And standing here today, at the end of these 4 years, I can confidently say there was nothing to be afraid of. The class of 2013 has truly been a one-of-a-kind class. We are the first class to have 4 years at the 120th location. Our roots are in that building. All of our memories, laughter, tears, jokes, and arguments are forever embedded in those walls. And we're also one of the kind class because we're amazing. To be honest, I think our journey began when we got that letter in the mail saying Coalition moved uptown and there was a new uniform policy. I was so upset when I found out because I had been wearing uniform my whole life. Thankfully, the entire student body agreed that the uniform was ridiculous, and we held a protest where more than half the students, like the whole school, not just freshmen, came to school without their uniform. That rebellion got us the removal of the uniform policy by 10th grade. But of course, yes, you can clap. But of course, I did not get a chance to participate in that because my mother told me I had to even look at it. I know everyone remembers when the fire alarms used to get pulled like 3 times a day, and that was really annoying, but I know inside y'all all was hyped because we didn't have to go to class. And another important factor of our freshman year was the scavenger hunt. It was a chance for us to really get to know each other and our teachers for the first time. I remember when all the teachers forced us to stand in a big circle and hold hands, and it was really weird because we hardly knew each other. It's a miracle we had the chance to experience that day before it got canceled, or we would have missed out on a great opportunity to learn. The teachers we had during freshman year were also a part of our transition into high school life. We all remember Janet, Samantha, Jeremy, Omar, Dolan, Wayneberg, and Grant. Teachers only we remember because the students who came after us didn't have the pleasure of knowing them. And of course, there are the teachers who've been with us on this journey from the beginning to the end, and there's Joelle, who always took me to arts and something on that. Mitch Williams, aka Peter Pan, Mark, who could never make everything. Josh, who we had to deal with in gym for 4 years. Peter Chair, who, even though he's retired, he's still with us today. So sophomore year was a crazy year. Sophomore year was the year that we had Sheldon, and he was the man responsible for the removal of the uniform and for having outside lunch. I was walking around the hallway avoiding class, and Sheldon came out of his room and just started juggling, which was so weird. Sheldon had an amazing spirit, and he didn't just look at us like we were a bunch of statistics. He actually wanted to get to know us, and he did. 10th grade was also the year that we had that insane lockdown, and we had to spend almost 5 hours straight stuck in our classrooms without any information. Lucky for me, I got stuck in the gym with the bathroom. And but exciting at the same time, because when we finally did get out, everyone was happy. We also participated in our last ever field day during sophomore year. The field day was just a chill day for students and teachers to take a breather at the end of the year and get to know one another better outside the classroom. And it was kind of crazy how different the dynamic became when the classroom walls came down. And we saw our teachers as just people, and I think they saw us the same way. Everyone always gave crap to the teachers about the corny shirts we had to wear, but we always wore them. I still have all of mine. It's another coalition tradition that we will all miss, so we're happy you had the chance to experience it. The teachers who shared 10th grade with us were Goldman, the athlete, Jenna, the newlywed, Marianne, the disorganized musician, Bridwell, the owl lover, and Petrie, the crazy math teacher who got mad at everything. Thankfully, most of our teachers were exemplary that year, and without them, many of us would not have made it to the next level. I suppose you can say junior year was supposed to be the year of the flip, the year everyone was supposed to get serious. However, we were all still a bit immature, and there were still a few distracting people that were always. There were two teachers who made quite an impression on the junior class that year. One of them was Miss Bautista. Geometry had to be the hardest class that year. No matter how hard it was, there were always students studying and making up work every day during lunch and after school. And if you were like me and waited until the market period was almost over to make up like 15 worksheets, you were probably in there too. Another teacher who left an impression on us was Nathaniel Heidenheimer. His US history class was always some kind of entertainment. His teaching ways were definitely not normal, but I think that benefited us.
Hey, Caprice.
His crazy songs, sayings, and dance moves helped us to remember important information. Yeah. He drove us crazy, but we were sure to return that favor tenfold. Ashley and Leanne. Ashley and Leanne would just come in the classroom and start making beats to make Heidi dance, and he did dance. Yes. I loved making jokes about JFK and the CIA just to provoke his witty and slightly paranoid responses. And if you were lucky enough, he would ask you to read a Zen book for extra credit. Of course, we didn't just have Bautista and Heidi. There was Jenna again. There was Goodwell again. Miss Adams, the fashionista. There was Adams, the fashionista, and the realest teacher you'd ever meet. And Jackie. Jackie, when you wish you didn't really have to leave coalition, but you did. By the time our senior year rolled around, there was a new energy in us. It seemed like everyone realized, wow, this is really our last year. It felt like time flew by. All the jokers and knuckleheads were long gone, and our focus shifted to our futures and spending the last year having the time of our lives. One thing I noticed about our class was even though not everyone was best friends forever, we all got along pretty well. It was nice to know you could say hi to someone you usually don't chill with and get a normal response back. We were all able to coexist with each other without any real issues. And just having all the senior experiences brought us closer together as a group, such as prom, senior hoodies, leaving early when we weren't supposed to, yearbook, after prom, yeah. Sitting in the third floor hallway, hanging out with Ralph in the lab during lunch, or just playing ball in the gym, or a few of the things we got to do together. And yeah, there were separate groups of friends, but the groups intermingled. I could have had a conversation with Rebecca, sat next to Andres in class, and then hung out with my bums or Alceli, and at lunch. All of these things were possible for anyone to do. The teachers who shared our senior year with us was Jeff with his sarcasm, Bill with his Republican ponytail, Rick who never ran out of corny jokes to tell, love algebra. Neva, who never stops singing. Lorana, who is the #1 Game of Thrones fan. And Mop, the newest addition to the Coalition family. So when I look at all of my classmates who are sitting here today, I am so proud. Because I know that there were a lot of people who didn't think that some of you would get here. And we all worked hard to be here today.